Yells at me.
It would make sense, like, to say or as needed, because,
I think the
already
challenge,
says that.
I thought about that too. I think the challenge is that the clerk puts out a
Yeah.
calendar, and so having the dates that we are meeting,
Mm-hmm.
or that we've planned to meet on it, I think we can always add anything,
Mm-hmm.
special, regular, or study, by rule.
That's a good point.
So my thought is just since to marry the rules to the schedule that is in the agenda, we can talk about,
what my thought was, since we're wordsmithing, I wouldn't want to give the impression that we will only have study sessions on these days, because that's what the paragraph kind of indicates, is that if you're having a study session, it has to be this day or this day. When, in truth, we would have it as needed. So I thought maybe the word
That's
as
a good
needed would,
clarification.
just so anybody reviewing our rules would have an indication that, hey, this could potentially happen.
How
on
about
any
the
day.
second or the fourth Wednesday?
well, they're scheduled for the second. So how about shall be scheduled on the second Wednesday of each month and at other times as the board may
Perfect.
desire?
Yeah, that's what,
Good job.
Sheila, you good with that?
Yep.
Next, I'm looking at 5.3. Under the consent calendar. The first item, 5.3.1, says the approval of the minutes are in there, and we don't actually do that. We have a separate agenda item for approval of the minutes. We don't do it by consent. It's always been a separate item. So I think we would just say among such matters are,
Well, it does say approval of minutes. It doesn't say like our main minutes, and we do approve a lot of minutes in there.
yeah.
we don't
Just not-
approve, we actually don't. We receive minutes
Yeah,
of
we
other
receive them.
boards, but we can't approve other boards' minutes. Right? So,
Approval.
and we're not approving our minutes that way, so it just seems like,
We
It
could
could just
put
say-
we
sorry.
could put them in there. We could put the minutes, a lot of boards actually put the minutes in the consent calendar, but it's kind of, doesn't matter to me.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. And then just pull it if we need to, instead of having a separate item.
That's an interesting idea. So that's under where is our,
it's later where it lists out the agenda. It's on it's 10.3.
5.4, order of business. C is approval of minutes of last regular and/or special meetings of the board. So what we could do, so not to hijack.
No,
Commissioner
please.
Hughes. So instead of 5.31, where we're going to strike the approval of minutes, we could go to 5.4 and just eliminate C.
Do we know if that is a violation of any Robert's rules or anything?
Nope,
I know other boards do
think
it, but
so.
No.
I,
perfectly acceptable if
it's
the board
easier.
wants.
No, because you can always pull it, and, we
Right.
do occasionally
Yep.
change something, but not that often. So.
We do. But so, yeah, so it would certainly clear things up. Matt, do you have a comment on that?
No, you could approve your minutes as part of the consent calendar. Historically, you have not. So I think you've identified that. It's an option if you want to keep it that way. I will just say as a sort of common practice, I do see the minutes generally when I'm attending board meetings as a separate agenda item. So the way you have been doing it is the most common.
That, there are two sections in consent. There's approval and receive. So you're just receiving those minutes. You're not technically approving them.
Well, the other people, it would just be in the approval section.
We'd be approved. So if we moved our meeting minutes to the consent calendar, it'd be under approval set.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. So leave 5.3.1 as is and then just change the order of business.
Eliminate C.
5.4, item C, removed.
Okay.
Yeah,
5.4?
Yep, eliminate C.
add C to the
5.4.
consent, to the,
So then, under 5.4, there's an item, L, Commissioner and Department Reports. And then there's that double plus sign, and that double plus sign is referenced below. And then it says, as coordinated by the county administrator, each department director or appropriate staff member on a rotating basis will provide a 5-minute report to the board. We don't do that in that way. I propose we just eliminate the and department reports and just make it commissioner reports. And then under I, we just put department items, because that's where we've always dealt with
Yeah, and that
department
works well.
reports. I also wonder if, because sometimes under department items, we also receive things from non-departments, like I don't think the Conservation District is really a
Right.
department.
What are you striking? Let's go back one more.
Yeah.
You're striking what from the annotation there?
So on L, we would just get rid of and department. So it'd be commissioner reports under L.
Okay.
Any issues with that, Mr. Administrator, or any of the administration people?
Well, we usually get an administration report, he just kind of weighs in on anything minutia, so maybe we should say, instead of departments, commissioner and administration report.
So
I like that.
the only thing is that on it says department action items includes administration. And I kind of feel like I is sort of tied to L in that under I, we take up all kinds of stuff. We take up action items, we take up reports, we take up county business, we take up court issues, So I wonder if we just want I to, do we need I at all, or should that be new business?
I think
What is the, go ahead.
I like it in there because there are times, it's action items in case there's something that we need done, worked on, whatever, it's a bit of a catch-all at the end of the meeting. And I like having a separate, if we had commissioner and administration reports, and that could be from the deputy administrator, from anything that any administration team wants to get across. It might be, a lot of times it's events coming up, could be other things of importance. I'd like to hear from the administration team and giving them a spot to just make a report as opposed to up above where it's action items, it's actionable things that we need to deal with. So I like having the two on there. I'm okay with removing and departments, but
So
My thoughts.
how's this? L becomes commissioner and administration reports. And we eliminate I entirely. So that department action items become unfinished business or new
Yeah,
business.
it makes sense. I don't know why they're in
Right.
separate category. It should be
The
in the,
business is action items.
But if it requires action, it's either new
It
business
is
or
business,
unfinished
yeah, right.
business. And it's in some ways too narrow by being department, and it doesn't seem like there's a practical reason why we should call those out separately.
Can we play that out? So if we have renewal of contracts as an example, we have a 3-year renewal that's coming in front of the board. Is that a department action item or is that new business? I don't have a preference. That's where we stick that stuff. That's where we put it. If historically, it would just be a change which is easy enough to do.
Personally, I like the I staying in there because, and I heard somebody say this, that, when we get down to commissioner department reports, we're like, hey, it's not an action item, but I forgot to mention earlier on, such and such is going on, we're doing this. And it's kind of like just a safety net for us, as it is for the administrative staff. And when I say us, I mean us 9 people. I'd like the 2 separate things. We just got to pay attention. This is an action item. This is just telling you what's going on.
So does, Nate, does your example support what Chair Seifert just said? It supports it, so we keep I.
Either of these options would support it. It would just be a change in the way we format the agenda. But some things are not new business. They're need to be approved by the board, especially with purchases and contracts, things of that nature.
Continuing business.
Correct.
I like it in there.
Then could we remove includes administration and commissioner administration reports rather? We don't report on departments.
as commissioners. Often you might tell us something.
If there, I guess it doesn't hurt if includes administration is in there or not. It doesn't hurt, except for if we needed something and then we can include it there. It's only departments. We're tying our hands in such a way that, if there isn't an administration department action item, it doesn't add any time, but it could create a problem where we're trying to get something in or whatever. So, I'm sure we can figure it out, but we're not really saving time or becoming more efficient by removing, including administration as much as it's
I
just.
see what you're saying.
So-
It doesn't matter, but as recent example is all the RFPs that administration just did, that's where we put these items. It could be new business.
Realistically, the 2+ things never happen.
That's correct.
Yes,
So we could
that's
remove the
right.
two
That's the
plus.
big- That's the issue, that's the problem I was trying to fix, is the 2 pluses.
Let's just get rid of the 2 pluses and,
Yeah.
Just get commissioner reports and be done with it.
At the same
I thought it
time,
was commissioner and administration reports. I'm sorry, I walked on you.
No, you're good. I just wanted to share that I appreciate the reports from departments and want those to come on a regular cadence, and only because they haven't come then during that period, and they are kind of randomly come. I just want to make sure they're still going to come if it's not in here.
Right.
So do we need to,
So,
like, make a motion to that effect if it's not in the board rules?
I agree with you. I don't know that everybody on this board agrees necessarily, but I think because the nature of those reports is inherently non-action, I feel like we tried to put some of those in study sessions.
Yeah.
And it seems like a good place for them. So I don't think by not including the 2 pluses or by removing the 2 pluses, we are removing department reports. I think we're just cleaning up what fits where in our agenda, in our schedules for the year. But I agree with you. I think there are departments and then non-departments that we should, I think even statutorily are required to hear
Yeah,
from
hear it.
on a
Get an
regular
annual
annual
report
basis.
from,
So,
Go ahead, Commissioner Nelson.
What if we leave I as it is, change L to commissioner and remove and department reports, and have it say commissioner and administration reports, and remove the pluses?
Done. Like it.
Perfect. I agree that we should have our departments report as they come, but I also think that having them the next to the last thing that we do in our ever so short meetings that we have every other Wednesday is probably not very good business.
Yeah, I agree too, and I like them being in study sessions. I just want to make sure they're going to continue.
Can I recap that one?
Yes, please.
Actually, it's very little change.
Yes. So we're leaving 5.3.1 as is.
Yep.
And then when we go to 5.4, we are removing C because minutes are going to be under consent calendar. And we are changing I to be we're leaving department action items as is. And L, we're changing it to commissioner and administration reports and get rid of the plus plus.
Yep. And then below where the plus plus is,
Rid of the
delete
paragraph.
entirely.
Delete that.
So far.
All right, we're good.
Right.
Fantastic.
All
Next
right.
item.
6.3.2.6.
Oh.
Public comment. This is where we say, members of the public wishing to comment should raise their hand or pass a note to the clerk. And I think members of the public wishing to comment should approach the podium.
Well,
Yeah.
raise their hand or as directed by the chair perhaps, because I could see that if we got 20 people in here, you don't want them rushing right towards the podium. Maybe it's like, hey, we're going to raise your hand and say, then we can do it out. But the passing the note thing should be eliminated.
Okay.
So you always tell them the
stampede.
I'm sorry. Yes, it could be.
But when
I've
there
been in
are,
some of those meetings on that side.
but when there are a lot of people, you just direct them to line up behind the podium.
Right. We should,
Nobody ever raises their hand.
that's actually not true. I've had a couple people raise their hands a couple of times.
But I mean, if the issue.
And once
is-
you direct them, you mean? That's correct, yeah.
I think the point is to make sure everyone has a chance to speak and they're not ignored and they know how to be recognized. So I'm good with passing a note to the clerk. I think that was in the past because you asked for a name.
There used to be little cards.
Yeah, but we don't use those anymore.
Probably back before they had electric.
Yeah, a lot of townships still have that, you have.
yeah,
Yeah.
sign
I
in.
mean, people's names would probably more regularly be spelled correctly, though, if they were written out, the odd ones.
Sure would.
So
So
it's not. a
public
bad
comment,
idea.
I do a good guess. On some of these other departments that, I don't know who these people are, Dean sees me, I'm looking them up, they say they work for somewhere, and I find the spelling of their name. That's how I find them.
So should we just say, pass a note to the clerk in order to be and pass a note to the clerk? That's the only part we need to get rid of, right?
Or pass a note to the clerk.
Unless Sheila wants to have a note that comes to her, and now that's your new name. Do you want, I'm not suggesting it, but Clerk Shealy, do you want to have notes?
It's not
Given
even
to you?
required that I actually put their name in there. I put the name in. Sometimes I caught them if I thought it was an unusual name. Usually, I guess, pretty darn close to their
See,
name.
you're not requesting that, or you don't want that.
I don't,
Well, we could, that's something we keep in the forefront of our mind. We could say, hey, if, we catch them and say, hey, who are you? And I'm this, and I'm like, well, if you'd like your name to be entered into the minutes, spelled correctly, please write it down for Sheila.
So does it have to be documented that there may be occasions where Bonnie has to get the proper spelling of someone's name?
in a public comment, public hearings. So during public comment, I don't say what they say or anything like that. But during a public hearing, I need to record if they are opposed or in favor of what the public hearing is for. That would probably be a good time to actually have their name spelled correctly. That's the only time I can think of that. Or if they really want it spelled correctly in the minutes, I would, if I was going up there with an unusual name, I'd probably hand a note to the clerk and say, this is how you spell my name.
It's not required that they even give you their name, so.
No, I could say, because some people don't want to give their
Yeah.
name, and I put anonymous man, anonymous woman.
So
That's
does-
something that we could just verbalize when those things happen.
Yeah.
So back to at hand, we're just talking about, at this point, we're just going to eliminate passing a note.
Yep. Or pass a note to the clerk. That's all we need to change.
Pass a
Good?
note. I'm good with that.
Okay.
Long time coming.
11.3, this is measures requiring two-thirds vote of members elected and serving. The first bullet item says, final passage or adoption of an item after the board approves the proposed agenda. And it references MCL 46.3. That, as written, means everything, because everything we do is after we pass an agenda. What the statute says is non-agenda items require two-thirds elected and serving. But that's not what our rules say. So, right? So this is the concept that we add something that wasn't on the agenda, somebody didn't show up at the meeting, they didn't know it was on the agenda. Those items require a special level of approval. So I think the fix is probably something like well, we could just do what's in the rule, in the statute, which says final passage or adoption of a non-agenda item,
Yeah,
because that's what the harm we're trying
that
to
seems like
fix.
it covers it.
Yeah.
I think that was intent, but that clarifies it.
The next item is just not formatted right. There should be a bullet before removal of the county seat, and then there should also be a bullet at the very last one where any other matter. That's two ideas in that last bullet, and just missing a bullet in there. That's all I got.
I'm going to recap that one, too.
Yeah, please.
Make sure I got it right. So 11.3, we're going to change it, the wording to be the final passage or adoption of a non-agenda item.
Yep.
And then we're going to put a bullet where it says removal of the county seat.
Yep.
And we're going to put a bullet on the very last bullet point where it says any other matter requiring a two-thirds vote by law.
Yep.
Okay.
Are you done with your list?
I am done with
I
my
had
list.
a clarification as I reviewed this last night too about, and this is for Clerk Shealy.
You can call me Sheila, it's okay.
Oh, no. 11.6, procedures for conducting roll call vote, and it says that you prepare 4 lists of members of the board for the roll call votes, and then you rotate through those? Okay. So that happens, it's just magic that we don't even see. You have
It's
them.
just magic. I've already got them set for this year.
Yeah.
Brand new ones.
Okay. Can I make a request, and when we just do a regular vote, sometimes things are kind of consistently in the same order rather than mixed up, and it feels like that does sometimes play into the dynamics of a vote.
I think I know what you're talking about. So I do alphabetical, reverse alphabetical, by district, and then reverse district. But you're right, the ones in the middle kind of stay in the middle.
Same, yeah. But you just do that for roll call? Or do you do that for?
I
For all of
change who I start with every single time.
Yeah.
But all those names in the middle kind of stay in the middle of a list. If I
Right,
showed you
that's
the
where it
list.
feels like there's some, not enough inconsistency.
Right, because we want to always start with somebody different, and I can do it however you guys want me to.
I don't,
So one way to do it would be like, so what I understand you're saying is like, if we did it by district, I'm 7, are you,
yeah, it's
Penny's
basically
6.
the same.
I'm always going to be right in the middle every single time when we do it by district. I'm going to be before or after Penny, just depending. Whereas if you started, like sometimes if you started at District 1 forward, and then the next time you can start at District 2, so that 9 is last, and then you can start at 3, so that the middle aren't just always in the
Not
middle.
always the middle, yeah, and you're not,
Well, that's how I do the motions. I mean,
Yeah, she always switches
like
it up.
today, I'll tell you, this one is in alphabetical order. So I started with Commissioner Andrews. If you made a motion for anything that was a roll call vote, I'd be starting with Commissioner Flynn, and Andrews would be last. And that's what happened with the vice chair.
Because
Yeah.
in roll call.
And then if you
yeah.
had another motion, I'd start with Commissioner Henschel and go down, come around. I don't know how else to do it.
I know, it just
I think it
seems
works
some,
fine.
yeah.
I've been unable to crack your algorithm to manipulate the outcomes, I'm sorry.
All through grade school, I was in the exact middle of the classroom, and I kind of liked that.
I was always toward the end, so.
Yeah. Walters was in the back.
I
Walter
was always in the
back.
front.
in the back.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is.
I think, I mean, it is what it is. I don't know a more random way to do it than what it is, but
Other than randomizing the district numbers too.
yeah.
Get a ball, get a tumbler with
Right.
ping pong balls, 1 through 8 on them,
Turning it into like a bingo game.
or 1 through 3.
One through 9.
There you go.
I mean,
Bingo.
I suppose we could try to make a, like, start in the middle, go backwards, and then backward. I don't know. I honestly don't know how to change
It's
it.
okay, it's just sometimes it feels like there's too much consistency, but it's also random.
Well, you don't do very many roll call votes anymore. It seems like there's a lot of voice votes, so I don't see a lot of, like, at meetings, the consent
I feel
calendar
like
is.
usually if it's a super important vote, somebody calls for roll call vote, and
Yeah.
the dynamic.
And I know
does come into
sometimes
play.
people don't want to be the first one.
Right, well,
They're
that's
like,
what
"Don't start with
I'm
me."
getting at, is there is a dynamic to the order of
Oh,
the
there
votes.
is, and how
So
it comes out, how they hear the
To have
other
it more
ones.
random, more often is helpful.
Well, I don't know. What to-
Hey, if you come up with a magic idea in the middle of the night, bring it to us.
Okay.
There you go, that sounds good. So is there any other proposed changes or comments? I thought I saw somebody else.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to approve the Grand Traverse County Board of Commissioners rules as discussed and amended.
A second.
Fantastic. We have a motion by Commissioner Hensel, a second by Commissioner Flynn to approve the Board of Grand Traverse County Board rules as amended. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Thank you, everyone. Good job. All right, so we're going to go on to 7, adoption of an annual resolution.
I'm going to make the motion that we adopt the resolution as presented.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Anderson, second by Commissioner Flynn. We adopt annual resolution as presented. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. 8, approval of schedules 8A, proposed monthly meeting dates and times. Commissioner Henschel.
Thank you. I just had a couple of recommendations for the board based on what was proposed. The first one is the first meeting in July. This is the July 1st meeting. I recommend we remove that and leave space for a special meeting if needed. That's the week before Cherry Festival. A lot of people are traveling. Yeah, I know it's going to be a busy time with all the projects we have going this year, but I would just like to suggest that a special meeting could handle anything that couldn't wait until the second meeting in July. The other one I wanted to recommend is we have,
just talk about
Sure,
that for a
go ahead.
second? Well, just looking at the rest of the schedule, though, it's a little odd because we don't then have another, there's like 2 study sessions in a row without a regular meeting if we remove the first. So because of the way June is set,
Well, no, we have the 15th.
wait, the 17th.
Yeah, we have a regular meeting on July 15th, July 8th study session. We have no meeting August 5th due to the election we're having this year. So we could potentially have,
Yeah, so
We have the 8th.
and so
study
if you look at
session,
August, we
15th,
don't
and
have a study
22nd.
session in August. We had 2 regular
I'm
meetings.
looking at like what precedes that, so
so we would have the,
17th.
Oh, you're talking about in June.
Yeah, if we
Gotcha.
remove the first, I'm just looking at how backed up we would get without having but it looks like if we meet the 17th, and we
But-
don't have a regular meeting again until the 15th, that's almost a month without a regular meeting.
What if we made it in July, like we've got it in August, where we have 2 regular meetings and no study session?
That's a good
The
idea.
8th and the 15th are regular meetings and no study session.
Yeah,
That's what I was
that's
going to say
better.
too, just make
Let's
the
do
8th
that.
the regular. Get rid of the first.
Yep,
the 8th would be right in the middle of Cherry Festival week, just so we know
Yeah.
what we're discussing. And that's what we generally
We'll
try
hold it
to
at the
avoid
Beverage
is,
Pavilion.
hopefully, a lot of us
We
are
can have a meeting down
volunteering.
there. Sorry.
A lot of us are
Apologize.
volunteering at things during Cherry Festival. It's a big local tradition, so we try to avoid those. That's why I bring it up. I think the first would be better than the 8th because it's the week before Cherry Fest.
well, let's just keep it the way
Yeah,
it's
I'm-
presented then.
So do you want to eliminate the July 8th study session?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be preferable.
and
And-
keep the 1st and 15th.
Yeah.
I would rather be off on the Cherry Fest
Yeah,
week than the week before Cherry Fest personally.
Okay.
Especially with how 4th of July lies, that would be
Yeah.
where I would start traveling.
So delete the July 8th study session entirely.
And the other thing is the April 14th, we have a statutory equalization meeting. It's a Tuesday. By law, we have to have a meeting that day. And the next day, we have a regular meeting proposed. I was suggesting we move that regular meeting of April 15th to the 14th. So it just saves staff time. Every time we bring a meeting together, we got all these people, bringing all their efforts here instead of out in the county, so.
Sounds good.
So I'll summarize that as removal of the July 8th study session and then moving the April 15th regular meeting to April 14th immediately following the equalization meeting.
Removing the April 8th study session?
We would leave that as is, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I heard.
All right, any more comments?
Can somebody tell us about these scheduled ad hoc committee meetings?
Yeah, that's new.
What the ideas behind that, and there's no time, but just
Sure, I'd love to.
tell me about it.
So, everybody loves a doodle poll. So.
Sorry,
what-
Lisa.
So, in a conversation, which included Lisa, the agenda setting committee threw out the idea that instead of trying to figure out when everybody can get together on whatever day and time for their ad hoc, for interviews or whatever, that we would eliminate one of the Wednesday meetings and dedicate that for the ad hoc. Everybody plans on a Wednesday 9 to noon for whatever, at least we have in the last year, and we thought it'd be easier for everyone else. Of course, it's the will of the board to do that, but we thought that one odd Wednesday, we're like, we're not gonna meet that Wednesday. But if you're on an ad hoc for interviews or for salary, or whatever ad hoc we happen to be on, and it's like, it's gonna be on a Wednesday. It's not gonna be crazy, Thursday at 4:30 in the afternoon or something silly or whatever, because of doodle polls.
Well, one of them, there's multiple ad hocs going on at any given time,
But
so-
with the exception of a couple of us, we're not all on the same ad hoc, but not all ad hocs last 4 hours either. You could have one ad hoc from 9 to 10:30, you could have another ad hoc from 10:30 to noon. But the idea is like, hey, if you're on an ad hoc, it's gonna be that fourth Wednesday.
So did we take the second study session that we removed at the beginning of this meeting and basically put together a schedule where, as a substitution of that second work-study meeting, now we have the opportunity to have an ad hoc committee meeting if need be?
If they're
Correct.
assigned to an ad hoc,
It's
yes.
the idea is everyone's Wednesday mornings are pretty much dedicated to this board. But
Yes.
instead of finding another time in addition to that to meet, we would have that be reserved on calendars, and that way when we need to schedule
Yes.
meetings,
Yeah, the schedule for 2026 is there's only one scheduled study session a month.
Yeah, okay. I find this to be efficient. I mean, that's how I schedule my calendar. I keep my Wednesday mornings wide open for this purpose. So I think it's consistent with that.
If I could, sometimes we get a really loaded ad hoc that's got to do like 6 different appointments,
Yep.
and it takes 2 days.
Yep.
You can't get it done in 4 hours.
No, you can't, and that's of course, as needed in the board rules, if we can adjust, we need to adjust the schedule, we can just say, hey, we're just gonna do that, will the board. But it's for the sake of, most ad hocs don't require that, but there are some exceptions.
So I really appreciate what you're doing here in letting the public know what they can expect. But I also wouldn't want to give the public the idea that ad hocs are only Wednesdays. So I don't know how we could word that so that people have an understanding that the board will set them, or the ad hoc or the chairman, whoever has that authority, it should be delegated here.
That's a fair point. Maybe under ad hoc meeting minutes in that third item at the very top, where it sort of defines what all those 3 things are, we can say ad hoc committee meetings of the Board of Commissioners will be scheduled on the 4th Wednesday of each month as needed, or whenever is required, just to give ourselves a little flexibility or something like that. It's not rigid, right? It's not
Yeah.
inflexible.
If we had the word like, will generally be scheduled the 4th Wednesday.
Okay, that's good. That's even easier. Will generally be scheduled on the 4th Wednesday of each month. I think the idea is just to streamline
Yep.
some of
Yeah, oh yeah,
the
totally get it.
administrative-
Just want to be transparent.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think this means we can only meet on the 4th
Right.
Wednesdays of the month. There will be some that need to meet more, longer.
Yep. And, I served a few years as chair, and sometimes people read something how they want to read it, so they can throw things at you and say, you didn't follow your rules.
I don't do that anymore, stop it. Did you get that?
Just to recap here, so under ad hoc committee meetings, we'll have, the Board of Commissioners will generally be scheduled on the 4th Wednesday of each month as needed. Do you want me to add or whenever
I
required?
don't think so. I think it generally covers the
Okay,
point.
and then in April, the April 15th meeting will be immediately following the April 14th equalization meeting. And in July, there will be no study session on July 8th.
Any more suggestions, additions, corrections?
Bonnie, you're good with the closures after the elections? Does that cover all of your
Oh, yes, thank
office's
you so
needs?
much.
Okay.
That really helps us a
I know
lot.
that came up. I just want to make sure we have all that covered.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
All righty, so do I have a motion to approve as amended?
Motion approved as amended.
Second.
All right, motion by Commissioner McAllister, seconded by Commissioner Flynn, to approve the BOC meeting schedule 2026 as amended. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Fantastic.
Lisa just got a whole bunch more time in her schedule. Congratulations.
She was at the door with a stick when we were talking about the schedule. It's like, think of Bonnie, think of Bonnie. So, 8B. And I don't even see anything in here, but, oh, there we go. I guess A, B, and C are the same. Are they not?
Yeah, they're kind of conflated.
They're kind of, so I, basically, like, I think we did this last year. It's like, anybody want to change what they're on?
My only question was the road commission liaison. That's something we've had on and off over the years. I see Chairman Seifert still assigned to it. Is this something we still want to have? Is it a good use of your time to attend those meetings, or at least stay?
Actually, you know what? Commissioner Spence has been filling my shoes on that. Frequently, she attends that, but she also does the
TTCI.
TTCI, which
Oh,
is
so that
awesome.
makes sense
They're
to be
connected,
above,
kind of.
yeah.
Kind
Yeah,
of.
so
Is that something you'd want to officially change, or you just want to keep playing?
I'm good with it. I can fill in. I went to a couple of TTCI meetings when Commissioner Spence were kind of doing it as a team effort.
Okay.
Commissioner Nelson?
Do you want a motion, or do you want to just renew all the terms that expired? There's a bunch of them here that expired 12/31/25. Do you want to?
Oh, well, that's why I'm asking. I thought we were just like, I think, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you guys want to stay where you're at, let's just renew it for the next year. Commissioner Walter?
I'm fine with that. There's one outstanding one on here that we have to figure out, which is the policy review committee, so can we take that separately? And discuss that?
I believe that's,
Just says annual assignment.
So technically, I'm a lawyer. That is a standing committee, as was pointed out, and I believe, and Commissioners Henschel and I were originally appointed to that, and I'm not sure that we were appointed on an annual basis. So I think technically, we're still on it.
Unless the chairman changes it.
So,
Well, because you know I want to be on that.
I know.
and Commissioner Jewett was the third person assigned to that. So I don't care one way or another. I know that this is something that administration wants reappointed, and I'm happy to continue on it.
I'm happy to be on that if you need another person.
Well,
so
I think
that
we do.
can make sure we have a quorum too. I think having
good.
the two isn't going to be good.
Is there any objections to Commissioner Henschel, Commissioner Walter, and Commissioner Andrews? Anybody else want to be on that? We could make 4.
You can have my spot.
As enticing as that sounds.
I know, right? So, Clerk Shealy, under required committee assignments, it says Policy Review Committee.
Yeah.
Did you add Commissioner Henschel, Commissioner Andrews, and Commissioner Walter under that?
Is that considered a friendly amendment, because we accept?
Yes, that's a friendly amendment suggestion.
What was the suggestion?
That, under the Policy Review Committee, and under, instead of annual assignment, well, it is annual assignment, that the commissioners will be Henschel, Andrews, and Walter.
Mitchell, Andrews, and Walter.
And that was accepted by the
Yeah.
motioner and a seconder?
We don't have a
No.
motion on the floor, so. There's no motion
There's
on
no
the floor
motion
yet.
yet.
Yeah,
No.
you're
There
just
wasn't
making the,
Oh.
I'm just making it up.
We're working by
Made it up
consensus.
in my head.
that's what I was
So
asking.
Flynn,
if
so
you
Flynn
wanted a
hasn't made the motion
Too
yet,
long
as
break.
amended,
Well,
but
I
she will
kind
in
of
a second.
interrupted. I think you were going to
Yeah,
make
I
a
asked if you wanted a
but-
motion or if you were just going to make the
That's what it
call.
was.
Copy.
I think you can just
But
make
I
the call.
interrupted because of that gap.
Brian and I are good with it. but anyway.
That's all that matters.
All that matters.
Are you guys good?
All right, so, yes, I could just make that call, but I do like to have the idea that the board supports that decision. This is a team sport. Commissioner Henschel.
I was just going to make a formal motion, if I will.
Please.
If I can, and that is to accept the chairman's recommendations for commissioner appointments and agency appointments as listed and discussed.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Sweet. Motion by Commissioner Henschel, support by Commissioner McAllister. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Fantastic. Well, that kind of includes B and C
You want to
there.
be the first guy, you didn't want to be in the middle.
You know, I
That's
hate
right.
being in the middle. I've done
Help
it
the Bonnie
my
out
whole
there.
life.
We have no old business, no new business. Second public comment.
Is he gonna,
Hey, you got to say it in the.
Pardon?
Say in the mic.
Harold Lassers, Acme. Brief comment. What you might want to do is put a clipboard here with a sign-up sheet so that people who, and just ask people who speak to just print their name, print, citizen or where they're from. Then you'll have that sheet, and I would request that you put it like on the table at the end of the meeting so that the press and other interested parties can snapshot it, and then everybody gets names spelled correctly and easily. For your consideration, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any more public comment? Going once, going twice, third time's a charm. Notices, 12A, conferences. Everybody look at that. We got a MAC conference. Legislative conference in April. They're going to be back again in September?
One more year.
Well, two
Wow, I thought it was only 2 years. Must have got them a good deal. And then there's it's actually National Association of Conferences, so the hyperlink is mislabeled, perhaps, on the bottom.
Yeah. But when you click through, it makes sense.
So I'll see, so Washington DC, I think you went to that once or twice, haven't you, Commissioner Nelson?
I went once, in the winter one.
Yeah, Commissioner Flynn and I went to the one they had this last summer. I will be going to the one in New Orleans.
Yeah, me too. We've gone to a couple, though. We went to
That's the only NACO one I went to.
Texas. Weren't we in Texas at the same time?
Oh, my apologies. That's right. We did go to Austin. It was hot. Good Lord.
I'm sure New Orleans will be.
New Orleans in
New
July.
Orleans will be
Not
pretty
at all.
sweaty as well.
It won't
wonder they got
matter.
a
The
good
food will
good
make up
deals.
for
They
it.
get a
The
good
food will
deals.
make up for it. So, if there are no other comments, questions, concerns, we are adjourned or not. Let's take a 5-minute, let's come back at 10 o'clock for the regular business meeting.
Schedule, yeah.
Which guy in the booth? 10:02, we're going to call the first regular business meeting into order. If you'd join me in a pledge of allegiance. Sorry, Brian. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You coming back, Brian?
All right, so today we have Commissioner Nelson doing the invocation, sir.
Sorry, I didn't realize this was on here. I didn't see that part. I did the invocation at the very last meeting we had. So I'll wing it as we go, but I ask that we, as we enter the new year, that the year of 2026 is a safe year for the members of our community, members of our staff, thinking about the law enforcement, the people that stand between us and the bad guys. May they be protected. May we have a good year where we make good decisions. We never forget who we serve, and the members of public will interact with us in a safe and civil manner, and that God look down upon us during this year and give us His grace, and that we are thankful for all that we have and for each other. Amen.
Amen. Well said. Thank you. Clerk Shealy, roll call, please.
Morris? Here. Andrews?
Here.
Nelson?
Here.
Henschel?
I'm here.
Spence?
Here.
Walter?
Here.
Flynn?
Here.
McAllister?
Here.
Seifert?
Here. Thank you. Fantastic. So we're going to go to the approval of the minutes for one last time.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the minutes of the December 17th Commissioner regular meeting.
Support.
Awesome. So Commissioner Henschel made the motion with support from Commissioner Andrews. We approve the minutes as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Say nay, rather. All right. Thank you, everyone. So we're going to first public comment.
Any person shall be permitted to address a meeting of the Board of Commissioners which is required to be open to the public under the provisions of the Michigan Open Meetings Act. Public comment shall be carried out in accordance with the following board rules and procedures. Any person wishing to address the board may state his or her name and township or district, providing a specific address is not recommended. Persons may address the board on matters or issues which are relevant and germane to county government as determined by the chairperson. No person shall be allowed to speak more than once on the same matter, excluding time needed to answer commissioners' questions, if any. The chairperson shall control the amount of time each person shall be allowed to speak, which shall not exceed 3 minutes. The chairperson may, at his or her discretion, allow an additional opportunity or time to speak if determined germane and necessary to the discussion. Public comment will be solicited during the 2 public comment periods noted in Rule 5.4, Order of Business. However, public comment may be received during the meeting when a specific agenda topic is scheduled for discussion by the board. Prior to the first public comment, the chairperson will indicate the topics on the agenda for which public comment will be accepted. Members of the public wishing to comment should raise their hand to be recognized. This is new. And shall not address the board until called upon by the chairperson. The board shall not comment or respond to a person who is addressing the board. Silence or non-response from the board should not be interpreted as disinterest or disagreement by the board. Please be respectful and refrain from personal or political attacks.
Thank you. Anyone wishing to speak at this time, public comment, raise your hand. Going once, going twice. All right. 3 times you're out. We're going to go to the approval of today's agenda. Do I entertain a motion?
Motion to approve as presented.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Andrews, second by Commissioner Flynn to approve the agenda as presented. Is there any comments, questions, concerns, additions, retractions? All right, seeing there are none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Thank you. On to the consent calendar. Whenever you're ready.
The purpose of the consent calendar is to expedite business by grouping non-controversial items together to be dealt with by one commission motion without discussion. Any member of the commission, staff, or the public may ask that any item on the consent calendar be removed and placed elsewhere on the agenda for full discussion. Such requests will be automatically respected. If any item is not removed from the consent calendar, the action noted, receive and file, or approval is approved by a single commission action adopting the consent calendar. A, receive. Number 1, Department of Health and Human Services Pavilions Board, November 2025 meeting minutes. Number 2, Board of Public Works, November 2025 meeting minutes. Number 3, Northwest Regional Airport Authority, October 2025 meeting minutes. Number 4, Broadband, Equity, Access, and Deployment Projects. Number 5, ARPA Status Report. Number 6, Department of Health and Human Services, November 2025 meeting minutes. Number 7, Road Commission meeting minutes. Number 8, Road Commission weekly updates. B, approvals. Number 1, Senior Center Network Memorandum of Understanding between Grand Traverse County Senior Center Network and Senior Center Friends. Number 2, Commission on Aging Purchase of Service Agreement with Area Agency on Aging of Northwest Michigan. Number 3, Change Order for Governmental Center Chiller Replacement Project. Number 4, City Commission Recommendation for Board of Public Works Appointment. Number 5, ARPA Funding Reimbursement Request. Number 6, November 2025 Claims Approval.
Fantastic. Is there any desire to remove any of the items from the consent calendar? Commissioner Walter?
A5.
All right. Any others? All right, I'll take a motion to approve the consent calendar with the changes.
So moved.
Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Nelson, support by Commissioner Henschel, to approve the consent calendar as amended. Roll call vote, if you please. Bonnie?
Andrews?
Yes.
Nelson?
Yes.
Henschel?
Yes.
Spence?
Yes.
Walter?
Yes.
Flynn?
Yes.
McAllister?
Yes.
Morris?
Yes.
Seifert?
Yes. All right, motion carries. Thank you. Seeing that there isn't anything else, let's go right to A5.
Thanks. There's just a couple entities on here who still have quite a balance, and we haven't heard from them. I thought we had made a motion a while back that everybody was going to come and give us a status update. And unless I wasn't here, and I don't remember it, I don't think we've had a presentation from the Children's Advocacy Center on their balance or East Bay Township, specifically the sanitary sewer project. And I wonder if maybe, sounds like Nelson or somebody else might have an update on those.
We received an email yesterday from Supervisor Friend that details how those funds are going to be expended early first half of 2026. So the $2 million in funding that they have will be spent on that sewer project between now and June.
I just forwarded that to the board.
Okay.
So did I.
Okay, thanks. And the Children's Advocacy Center?
I don't know exactly. Jenny McKellar is the one that corresponds with Lander, so I can ask her what the status is. We can ask Lander to come in and do a presentation. She believes she wants to anyway, is that correct?
She did come at one time for something, and something happened where she couldn't do it.
Yeah, so that is correct. We can ask Lander to come back.
Yeah, well, that was a board motion a while back that we wanted everybody to come and give us an update.
I don't know that that was the motion. I think the motion was to report back to the board what their status was, because Jenny did respond to that request and went every applicant that has funds, they responded to her.
Would it be
Well, it
appropriate?
didn't get to us necessarily, so how is that
Well,
helpful?
I
mean,
don't know that- I
okay,
don't
so
know that
can
it
you
did
please
it.
ask them to give us an update?
Certainly.
Well, and it's all, I mean, Munson's still got $1 million short,
Well, they gave
balance.
us an update on their project, though.
But here we are, we've got 11 months and that money disappears, right? We're in the final year of this project. I feel like the urgency is high to make sure we have spend plans in place, including for Munson. I wouldn't exclude Munson on the basis that they did give us a report last year.
No, but they did fulfill our request for a report, and if we want to invite them back again, I think we didn't, they were going to come back anyway shortly to give us an update on the youth, the next phase, which I don't know, sometime the next quarter, I would think.
Well, to follow up on what Ashley was saying, I just thought we were going to be informed if they will actually be able to spend it, not spend it, where they're at, and if they're not going to be able to, can we get it to somebody that can use it?
I mean, I don't want to be still having this conversation in August,
We
because
won't, but
the
after-
opportunity to pivot in August, right, becomes a lot harder. We can pivot in June.
Can we?
I think we can. I think there are things we can explore to do with potential subcontracting and other options.
Limited. It's very limited.
You're very limited. The funds had to be obligated. I don't know
Yep.
how you
Yeah.
can re-obligate
Well-
something that's been obligated to something
Never underestimate
specific.
So I was going,
ability to spend money when it's
that's
government.
right. I think there's ways to get there, so,
Yeah.
but I just don't want to be thinking, I feel like we need this quarter.
We will bring back a report to this board at the second regular board meeting in January as to where the statuses are. And we will have Laura Glenn come back and report on the progress of the Crisis Center, and Lander from the CAC report as well.
Do you need a motion
I
for
guess
that?
my concern is,
It's your preference, but it's,
I want we will spend this on these things by this day.
Sure.
We want to know where the $1 million is going and when, so that we can tell if it's off schedule, right? Like, so that by June, we thought we were going to spend $400,000 on a psychiatrist, and there's no psychiatrist, and that $400,000 is sitting there, we can do something about it. So I don't want to just be assured that everything's going well. I want to see us.
So regarding the Children's Advocacy Center and the $225,000 that's outstanding, I believe that they had an incremental plan. They couldn't spend everything all at once because it was incrementally like a phased project they were working on. Can they just send an email? I mean, I visited the Children's Advocacy Center. They run pretty lean. Like, I just don't want to expect that she come in and present to us if she can just do what Supervisor Friend did and send an email saying, hey, this is where I am and this is the plan for the rest of it.
I mean, they got $700,000, and I think it was 4 years to spend it. We're in the last 11 months of an almost 4-year spend, and they've only spent 2/3, right? Like, if it's incremental, it should be moving down incrementally. I think we need to know, even for the advocacy center, what is the money getting spent on and when?
Well, I agree. I think we should have some assurances, and probably by, as Administrator Elgin informed me, August 1st is probably a good target date, that they are going to be spent. Now, having said that, I don't need Lander to come in here and go up to the podium and explain it to me. She could send me an email. You know, Munson's different. We're a little more invested in Munson, and that's a partnership project. I would like to know where they're at with that. I'm just speaking for me personally. But, you know, if we're talking about we want to make sure the money is spent, you know, never underestimate a way to reallocate government funds. But August 1st is a realistic target date that those funds need to be, even if it's, in my opinion, and somebody should correct me because I'm not Mr. Bott, thank God.
the way that.
That's like, hey, we're gonna spend that $273,000 this year on payroll. This is how it's gonna be delineated out. Okay.
So is there a hard cutoff date?
December 31st, 2026.
I understand the very last day, but so they can allocate it if it needed to be.
So
I think that's the point. I think August 1st is the day we start reallocating, if not sooner.
Yeah, so I'm fairly confident that Jenny understands what these applicants are saying. I want to talk with her as well, but the way that will work is, in the event that the CAC could not spend their funding, we would have to have a sub-agreement with the CAC to engage another similar activity that the original project was funded for to spend those dollars. And that is, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Chris or Dean, that's the only way we can do it, because the funds have already been obligated.
Which is fine, we just want to make sure they are, we don't want to give them back.
We need time to have that process take place. And so we'll be working on this well in advance of that to make sure that they are confident. So yes, we'll have that information to you at the next regular board meeting.
Fantastic, and we could percolate in our heads what we wanna do.
Pretty sure Jenny has a good beat on this.
Concur. Does that satisfy you, Commissioner Walter? You pulled it.
Yes, that was just an outline, you know, it was a motion that had been made and wasn't really followed through with everybody. So I just wanted to double check where we were with it. So I'll make the motion to receive and file the ARPA status report.
Support.
Fantastic. We have a motion from Commissioner Walters, second by Commissioner Hensel to receive and file A5. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say nay. Fantastic. Moving right along to unfinished business, 10A, reestablishing ad hoc committees for 2026. Go ahead, Commissioner Andrews.
So I was just going to say, I think there's also an animal control ad hoc.
There is.
Yeah, that's what I was going to.
And then the jail steering committee was a committee that was established last year. I'm not sure if it was an ad hoc or if it was more like Project Alpha, which was for the duration of the project.
That was in the list we just approved earlier, though, with you and Seifert on the justice.
And that was, and I don't, correct me, I'm pretty sure that's not an ad hoc. That was created for the duration of the
Duration
project.
of the project, and I think it said that in the list.
From the last,
In addition to Project Alpha, duration of the project was Spence and McAllister, I thought, that were on that list as well.
I thought so. But I did not see the animal control one.
Oh, I see.
No,
the Justice
that's
Facility
that's
Advisory.
the one that, and we have a lot of unfinished business, so I would like to
So-
add that to the list of continuing into this year.
So not to complicate things, but the Justice Facility Advisory Committee, the JFAC, is not the Jail Executive Steering Committee, right? The JFAC is the advisory committee of community members that is going to get created under the guide and leadership of GFS. That's not what Andrews and Seifert were appointed to. We were appointed to the Jail Executive Committee.
Now you're going to make me look it up, aren't you?
Yep, I'm going to make you look it up. So on the required committee assignments that we just adopted, I didn't catch this, I apologize. But instead of Justice Facility Advisory Committee, Andrews, Seifert, through project completion, that should say Jail Executive Committee. We have not formed the JFAC yet. We've never appointed
Well,
anybody
the
to.
Right,
executive
which
steering
is-
committee isn't,
They're not the same thing.
that's correct, but the executive
Right.
steering committee is actually the committee for the duration of the project, so we don't
Correct.
have to reappoint that to be.
Okay, so it's just, the name of it is incorrect, so do you want to,
I will make the motion.
Can I
That-
ask when I'm looking at the,
so we're looking at 2 meeting,
I can't
Items.
find what you're talking about.
So in the organizational meeting that we had
Okay.
earlier today,
commissioner appointment assignments, it's under approval of schedules, and then there was the list.
Yep.
with the yellow highlighting,
Yes.
and about halfway through, it says Justice Facility Advisory Committee, parentheses, JFAC, with Andrews and Seifert assigned through project completion.
Okay.
I'm going to make a motion that we correct that list. Instead of JFAC, it should be the Jail Executive Committee,
Steering committee.
Executive Steering Committee.
You just said executive.
Sorry, cumbersome.
Support.
Just,
And just for.
There you go.
Just to reiterate for clarification, we still haven't appointed the members for the JFAC.
Correct.
But
Correct.
you will continue to meet as the executive, and we don't know yet who will be on the JFAC.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
That should be soon, I'm
Yep.
thinking. All right,
So that was the motion to correct that. Sorry, I didn't catch it.
So, motion by Andrews, supported by, I'm sorry,
Second.
Flynn, it was.
Commissioner Flynn to change the required committee assignments list to rename the Justice Facility Advisory Committee to just the Justice Steering.
J-E, just.
Just, excuse, oh, that's even better.
JFAC
yeah.
to just.
Justice Executive, or Jail Executive Steering Committee, just. That's awesome.
Surely you just.
Shirley, you
Sheila.
just. Don't call me Shirley. So if there's not any more discussion, all those in favor, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say nay. Fantastic. That was clear as mud, I'm sure, right? Just, I could have to write that down.
Got it, Sheila?
I got it.
All right.
2026 is going to be a banner year. Okay, so now let's go back to the business at hand. We're talking about ad hoc committees. So aside from that correction and animal control, is there anything else that we missed on this list?
Well, we could always bring something up at
We
another
can.
time.
I mean, but this is for the reestablishment of something that we were doing last year.
I know, and there may be something.
There might be, we could change it later on, so we don't have to do a deep think on this.
So I'm going to make a motion that we reappoint the committees with the same members and authorize those committees to consider additional membership and bring that back to the board for action if needed.
Support.
And do you want to include animal control?
Yes, animal
Yeah.
control, pilot, brownfield TIF, and salary retention.
All right, so a motion by Andrews and a support by,
Henschel?
Sounds like
I would like some
Administrator has a-
clarification about the animal control ad hoc. I understand that that group is going to be the group responsible for engaging in discussions with Benzie County as well to have potential regional animal control. There are members in that ad hoc, and I don't know who they all are, Commissioner Walter, but do we need all of those members to be part of that discussion with Benzie County? Or is that a commissioner exclusive, staff exclusive?
that could be an ad hoc decision or a recommendation for the board to vote on, but you're the chair of that.
I am, well, let's just include everybody, and then we can have a subcommittee who just deals with that if
Very
we
good.
need to, and we can discuss that at our next meeting.
Very good.
Perfect.
Perfect, thank you.
What was the third? We had animal control, TIF pilot, brownfield, and then there's a third one we were going to discuss.
Salary and retention.
Okay, thank you.
The other question I have is about the cannabis. Is that a standing group, or are we done?
Should be the standing group for the process of giving out the money.
So do we need to renew that one, or that continues?
That continues
Okay.
until somebody is not reelected. at
Because
least
it's
from this
not an
board.
ad hoc, it's a standing work group? Is that how
But
what the difference
It
is?
was, I believe we should go back and look at the minutes, because I believe we specifically created a one-year
We did do a
project.
1 year.
Yeah.
And then we were going to evaluate it.
Yeah.
And I think we need to consider how we do that. And I think we expended the full 500 in the first go. We didn't split it. So I would say that we should think about how do we evaluate that? Maybe that committee needs to be appointed to
in the back
evaluate its
here.
No,
distribution.
that
next
detail's
agenda.
already there. It's already in the spending plan. The future of that committee is based on the notification we get from the Department of Treasury of the funds we will get. That report will then come to the Board of Commissioners, and at that time, March, April, I think, that's when the board can take up this matter and decide, yes, the work group continues, these funds will be used in this manner, or no, it won't for a variety of
Perfect.
different reasons.
Okay, so in the spring, we'll reassess.
Yeah.
next
And if you
steps.
recall, some of that discussion was we may use those funds in-house because of our huge capital infrastructure projects. We might not continue in the same process we were
That-
moving
What
forward
the
with.
evaluation process will.
I mean, I guess my perspective on the word evaluation is a little, maybe needs clarification. To me, I want to understand the entities that got that money, what they did with it, and what good they did in our community with it. Something resembling accountability for the spending, and not just a, here you go. Frankly, I think we owe it to the community to think about doing that for the ARPA as well.
Well, we do have that in the agreement with the entities for the cannabis,
spend it
that they are
for the
coming back
2027.
to us. That was part of our, in the wording of our agreement, our funding agreement with them.
Yes, yeah. Yes, it's,
So that's built into the process already, is what I'm saying.
Thank you, Mr. Forsythe. So we obviously don't have to worry about that today. It's coming up. Anything else?
Can we have the motion repeated? And I don't
Absolutely.
understand what the animal control, TIF, brownfield salary retention.
All right,
What were we
so-
talking about there?
So there, we are going to you made the motion.
I
motion,
did.
Could you do it again?
Yes, my motion is that we reappoint the animal control, TIF brownfield pilot, and salary and retention ad hocs. Those are 3 different ad hocs with the same participation as in 2025, and authorize those ad hocs to consider changes for full board consideration in the future, as needed.
And I supported.
All right, seeing she's all set. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Thank you, everyone. Moving right on to no new business, Commissioner Department reports. Anybody got anything they'd like to add today? First meeting of the year? Happy New Year? I guess Mr. Alger, Administrator Alger, my apologies.
I have a couple of questions.
Of course.
Couple questions just about kind of housekeeping from last year and when we might hear some things, and part of this is for us and public benefit too. But where are we with opioid, and when can we see a report come back?
Yeah,
And what next steps are?
I met with our health officer, Mike Leahy, yesterday. We spent a lot of time talking about next steps. He is in the process of seeking out membership on the advisory committee that was established. And he will have an update and a report to the Board of Commissioners, first meeting in February, with the goal also to kick off that committee in the next month.
First meeting of February. Okay.
You said a couple of questions, that's only one.
That's the first one. Second one, the treasurer was here earlier, was kind of hoping to hear from him, but I don't believe we've heard from him since we heard about some issues with reconciliation and when that would be done, and I can't remember when we said we would expect him back to give us a report.
I believe it was September 1st or October 1st, but we could reach out unless you want a motion.
Because it was, well, if we can revisit what it was, I thought he was going to come back in November, and it's January, so I'm confused on where we are with that.
He was going to be caught up by November 1st, I believe, was the, I don't know, and then we said come back after that, so I suspect it wouldn't have been before November.
That is correct.
Okay, so I'll make the motion to ask the treasurer to come back and give us a report by the end of January on the status of the reconciliation of accounts.
Fantastic. Got a motion by Walter, support by Andrews, about inviting the treasurer to give us a report at the end of January. Commissioner Henschel.
Just a question, so we're talking about the status of the reconciliation of the accounts. I'm just wondering if Mr. Bott might be able to answer any questions we have, or is this something we would need the treasurer to come answer?
I don't want to speak for the treasurer, but they are still working on those reconciliations.
Okay.
So
They
they're
caught
not,
up?
I don't know if they are or not, to be honest with you. I think it would be wise to have him come and tell you where they're at.
Okay, thank you.
So I'd like to make a friendly amendment to the motion, which is, there were two items. One was the reconciliation,
Yeah.
and the second one was to get a regular report.
Investment report, I
investment
think,
report,
yeah.
And I don't think we've been seeing those. I can't remember seeing those.
No.
Yep, not.
So I think the motion is on both items. the
Yes, thank you,
reconciliation.
I'll accept that.
Did you get that friendly amendment? All right, is there any more comments? Commissioner Spence?
Oh, not on this, no. I just have something to share when we're done with
Okay.
this topic.
Seeing there's no more comments, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Thank you, everyone. Commissioner Spence.
Thank you. I got an email, we all got an email from one of my constituents, Ken Kaufman is his name, about the Silver Lake Improvement Association. It was sent yesterday, and he was wanting to be involved as we move forward with the Silver Lake drain issue and the Cox Pond issue, everything that goes to Beitner Creek. We left off last year with having a resident volunteer to clean the drain, and I just want to make sure that we don't forget to follow through with that and fix that issue.
Left that with making it the drain commissioner's responsibility.
We did.
And
That was
wasn't he looking for a continuation to let Mr. Strange?
I
There
think
there
it-
was the approval to let Mr. Strange do the maintenance on the drain, and I thought that needed to be simply updated.
We didn't,
Anything, actually.
Because of the liability concerns.
It's in the drain commissioner's hands right now, but we could certainly circle back and get a recommendation from him and make it solid. But I think it was pretty clear that our preference is to go with a commercial entity, if not a governmental entity, instead of an individual, just because of liability and the dollar figures that are included. And Mr. Strange's lack of expertise in drains. But we appreciate his service and his willingness to help his community at large.
So in addition to that, the Cox Pond drain issue and the deterioration of the culvert and all that, that all falls on the drain commissioner too? That isn't anything that we need to look into as county?
Well, that's a discussion we're going to have very soon with the drain commissioner, and he's going to have to give us some recommendations, and we're going to move ahead with those,
Oh,
potentially.
okay.
Certainly, he is the expert, he is the resident expert, so,
Understood. Okay, thank you.
thank you, keeping that at the forefront. Anything else? Were you going to say something? No? All right, so second public comment. Anybody like to make a comment? Going once, going twice, 3 times? Fantastic. Oh, gosh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Did I skip? Oh, perfect. Worked out good. So we're going to go into closed session I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move to go into closed session to discuss a written attorney-client privileged legal opinion from the County Civil Council as permitted by MCL 15.2681H.
Second.
All right, motion by Commissioner Ansel, support by Commissioner McAllister, go to closed session. All those in favor say aye.
No, I think
Roll
that should be a roll call vote.
vote.
Oh, yes, that's right. My apologies.
Nelson,
Yes.
Ancho,
Yes.
Spence,
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
Flynn,
Yes.
McAllister,
I hate being at the end. Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
Andrews, Seifert.
Yes, you're never at the end. You're always in the middle.
I'll put the time.
That's right. Don't ask, don't tell.
Back into open session.
Second.
Got a little salon in her basement, so.
Commissioner Henschel made the motion. I'll give Commissioner Nelson support that we come back into open session. All's in favor? Aye. Opposed? Fantastic.
TJ was gonna make the motion.
TJ's the one with the motion. You better not be talking about skiing.
Yeah, we already made the motion to come back.
Okay, then, I will make a motion that our board direct administration to work with the drain commissioner to seek written responses to written questions to better understand the Lower Chain of Lakes project and to ensure the protection of Grand Traverse County's and its property owners' interests.
Support.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Andrews, support by Commissioner Nelson. What she said. Any discussion? Good God. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Fantastic. If there is nothing further, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Happy New Year. Thanks for being here.